kind of miss this place. It's actually rather reminiscent to come through here and walk with my backpack on and pretend to be a student, right? It's kind of funny. But hey, that was 2013, whenever my first semester in college. It's crazy. This place is beautiful. Okay, I'm a little nervous. There's people around and I don't usually do this with a crowd. Okay, what is up? This is the Hunt Studio. And behind me, is the administration building to the college that I went to and I managed to fell out of twice. But we're not here for that. We're not here for my failure. All right. This is why we're here. We're here because I have managed to fill up number 7, the 7th sketchbook. And we're about to do a tour. And I figured what better place? It's a really pretty day outside. Why not take advantage of it? Why not show you something? This is like in my backyard practically. This is like the studio, my house, my apartment's right over here a couple miles down, and this is here. So why not do it here? Alrighty, this is exciting. I love these things. Oh my gosh. This is the entire reason, I say this just about every time, but these sketchbook tours are the primary reason why I started a YouTube channel. This is the big reason, this is the big video that I look forward to, and I just love it. I love it so much. So we're actually gonna scoot this out of the way for now and take a look at the materials that I've been using. This is consistently what I do, is I have my little pouch with my pencils and stuff in it, and my sketchbook, and my other books as well. I have a journal here, and then just another journal that I just kind of stack it all up and keep it in my backpack just like this. Just a good handful of supplies. And so we're just gonna take a look at these two right here. And right now we're gonna look inside of here and see what this is. And this has been a staple. I've had this pouch for every single one of my tours, just about it. And the materials, some of them stay the same, some of them change, but this is essentially what I go for. If it's in that sketchbook, it's probably been, the materials came from here, essentially. And I'll just kind of go through it quickly because you see a lot of the same thing here. So it's a white Jelly Roll pen. It's a good old ballpoint pen. Another ballpoint pen. A blue ballpoint pen. Yes, good old regular ballpoint pen. This is actually also a ballpoint pen. This one's black. Just whatever. I literally just found these on the wherever. This is my pencil that I use. Instead of it being just the regular graphite, I use the red one, red lead, for sketching. This is my TWSBI Eco. It's a fountain pen, right? And it has turquoise ink in it. Cool. This is my Lamy Safari fountain pen. And I think it's empty. No, I just filled it up. But it has black in it. Well, it might be empty. It's a good simple sharpener for my pencil, eraser for the pencil. These two are rotating isographs. And I have one in a 0.3 and a 0.5. And these are technical pens, metal nibbed technical pens. These are some of my favorite supplies to use, and you'll see that soon. This one is the final one. This is a Precise V5 from Pilot, and it's a similar nib, but it's got a ballpoint in it. But it's got that metal nib as well, so it's nice. It's super duper nice for lines. So we're gonna move on. Now on to the sketchbook. What this is a Moleskin Sketchbook. See if you can see it. Moleskin. Right? Good old Moleskin, the Art Series sketchbook. And what we're going to do is actually take a tour of the outside of it, and then we're going to dive on the inside. So right, you can obviously see number 7, right? And then on the bind, I put the number here so that whenever they're all sitting on the sitting on the bookshelf, I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can chronologically pick out which one it is and look at it. I was in Colorado when I started this, so I got a bunch of stickers, and I like to collect stickers from other artists as well, and you'll see that very, very soon. Flip on the inside, and then the date I started this was December of 2020. Got this from Denver. This is another artist that I literally just shout out in my last video. So you flip over, actually on the back, some more stickers, right? This is my newest sticker. This is Married June. This is Sleepy Gale. And this is some retro modding, handheld legend, iFixit, the good stuff, right? Some more stickers from different people, different companies. More stickers. And that's the sticker tour, right? And that's what I do whenever I get stickers, and I just put it in whatever sketchbook I have available. It's like, oh, a new sticker, slap, there it is. So, to start this one, you got a skull, right? I started this sketchbook with the intention of doing studies, and this is the only human-like, real-life study I did in it, so whatever. And a lot of these are doodles. A lot of times, most of my sketchbooks have been doodles in the past, and that's pretty consistently, and as I traveled, I was actually in Denver, Colorado, traveling to Denver. I was in Denver this time, and just traveling. And I'll point out, most of these, I'll point out whenever I move out of Denver and just kind of go on to the next thing, come back home. But just some various lines, lots of detail. And that's the objective when I'm drawing, when I'm putting a lot of detail in things. That's what I'd like to do, is just sit there and stack lines on each other. This one was actually pretty cool. I was in Clear Creek in Idaho Springs, Colorado. And I sat on a rock and drew these giant mountains that were there. And then I drew Maduro Chiha at the same time. So there's that. A bird had stolen my lunch meat, and I wanted my lunch meat back. I actually drew this in a laundromat in Denver. I believe alcohol was involved when I drew this one, definitely. Alcohol was involved. Maybe this one as well, I don't know. That's something I try not to do too often, is drink and draw, but sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's actually fun to kind of like give my brain something to do, because, alcohol is a depressant and it kind of will spiral you if you're not careful. So I like to give myself something to do if I'm doing that too. So embrace your insecurities is what this says. Just dealing with a lot of mental stuff here on this page, and then through most of the sketchbook I was dealing through a lot of what's the meaning of life type of thing, some little doodles. This was supposed to be a sticker, but it never happened, so it's probably gonna forever be a sketchbook entry. Some good old just messing up the page with ink, just slapping it on there and just having fun. So I remember, actually, I'm recalling that this ink here, it looks black, but in person it's actually like a really, really dark gray. And I had spent like $15 or $16 on a bottle of ink, and I wanted it to be black, but it wasn't black, and I was upset about that. And so I tried to justify it and scribble with it and use it, but I ended up hated it so much. So I resorted back to my Rotring Isograph ink, which is what I'm using here in these two. And see, this is what's the meaning of life, what's the point type of thing I was telling you about. A lot of that actually is kind of resembled in my art in this sketchbook. A lot of it. This was fun. This was actually sent to me by my pen pal, this little square here, this little sample of color, and I just kind of taped it into my sketchbook. This one and another one. And this was done like while I was in Denver. These two, this piece here and the spread, but I just recently did this like a week or two ago. It's pretty neat. This guy was awesome. I put this into an entry in a contest, I think, a drawing contest. I don't think I won anything, but I mean, if I did win something, I would have known, so I didn't win anything. But it was fun. It's a good drawing. Playing with shapes, playing with more organic shaped things, and then real shapes. Okay, this is the point where I came back home. I was in Jackson, Mississippi when I did this, and alcohol was involved for both of these. So again, I don't condone it, but I mean, if you're gonna do it wisely, whatever. So this is my version of doing it wisely. If I'm drinking, I'm gonna draw too and see what happens. And so it's genuinely hard to focus. Alcohol was involved here as well, just drinking and drawing. There's another one here. The same thing. Just taped it in there. Little drawing. This is actually whenever I first got my apartment. I didn't first get it, but I was like looking at the apartment and I really liked it enough, and I was like, I like the layout, and I'm starting to draw and figure out a space where I want all my stuff. And well, looking at it now, it's the only thing that's different is like the rolling table. This is where the couch is. Right? This is where storage shelves. There's shelves here. The light is here. Oh my gosh, actually, like, there's so much here that I didn't even realize. It's cool. My little shoe spot. Yeah, there's the door and there's the shoes. Oh my gosh, it's like I planned it or something. Oh my gosh. That's cool. Just a grocery list? Okay. A little doodle here. This was a table plan. I was going to build a table, and I don't know if I did it or not. I don't think I did. No, definitely didn't build this one, but I drew the plan. Naruto. This guy's cool. I like this guy a lot. This one here actually is like when I was trying to mix two different colors, like I had done the black and I was like, I want to throw some blue in there. I didn't like it. I don't like how it turned out. I still don't like how it turned out. So we're going to keep going. This one, sometimes I draw upside down. Or I just get into the zone and don't realize I'm drawing upside down. So I have to make a note, flip. And then you flip it over, and this is what it looks like. Serpent-like thing here, yeah. Very cool. I like this little guy right here. This guy right here is really cool looking. Just kind of like, yeah, it's like his little beard. It's cool. The rest of it's whatever, but this guy right here is awesome. It's a lot of like overthinking portrayed in my drawing here. Like just thinking too much. Just get out of my head. Get out of my head. Yeah, just having fun with a fountain pen and some iridescent ink. Artificial engineering has allowed this creature to live a long, full, unique life. This was drawn this way, but this was drawn the wrong way. When I first made this, I was kind of freaked out by it. I didn't like it a lot, but now I like looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, this is cool. This is cool. And it says in here something about this one is off. Then again, all of my art has been for the last year, which is not false. And it's about this time where I had that thought of, okay, I want to change something up. All of my art's been the same or just been just whatever, not going where I want it to go. So I'm like, this is where I'm going to start doing something different. And so here's some more of that. Reassuring myself, I'm so proud of you. You're doing great. Keep going. Become the change you want to see. And this one is the halfway point. Oh my gosh, August. September, October, November. Like in 3 months, I drew through half of this. That's crazy. So here's some like thoughts that I went through. Just kind of bogging me down. It's like, why do I draw? thanks to doodling, I'm able to apply basic foundational skills to my other creative endeavors. What's my purpose? Bipolar disorder. I won't let a diagnosis define me. Who am I? I'm ready to be on the other side of this. No joke, man. Shed this mask to reveal my true self. So I guess this would be like the mask. It's crazy to think like this was 3 months ago and this is where my headspace was, and it's documented here and I'm about to document it right here. It's kind of cool. It's kind of neat to look back at. Okay, here's the point where I was like, yep, no more. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to do something different. And this is what I started doing. So, Gohan and the Joker, yeah. But in more like a, kind of like an anime style Joker. I think it was cool. And of course I doodled some more still in here because that's what I do, is I doodle. But I like how like it looks kind of dark and eerie and creepy, and genuinely a lot of times, most of the time when they come out creepy looking like this, it's not, I don't feel negative or whatever have you. This one is an example. I was actually feeling pretty good about myself, feeling all right, and this is just kind of what happened. So here's a desk art concept. This is like a friend of mine wanted me to paint the underside of his desk underneath it, and so I just drew up a quick little concept sketch. Yeah, hunt dog. This was a spread that when I was painting Asher's denim jacket, I was going to paint Spider-Man on it, and I just kind of drew a bunch of Spider-Man. I actually drew it a lot more than this, like way more, like 2 or 3 more pages, just loose leaf paper, before I landed on the pose that I like. And the pose I like actually ended up being this one. And I drew this one real quick with a Posca pen, just right before I actually did the drawing, just to kind of like loosen up and get the idea before I dove in and did the actual project. So there's that. Some more doodling. And this actually carried on. This bled really bad. Bled all the way through. It's crazy. This is actually a cool piece. I like this a lot. It started out as a doodle here, just doodling, and then it just kind of turned into this guy, and I kind of gave him a orange Renegon. And then I liked it enough, I was like, I gotta do something like weird wizardry type thing, manipulation type thing, and so this guy, I looked him up actually, and this is what I came up with. And then actually, yeah, so I remember, when I did this guy, I drew his hands, I was like, bro, these hands are awful. These hands are terrible. I gotta get better drawing hands. And so I've been actually drawing a lot of hands recently. This was at a coffee shop. This coffee shop. This one, jacked up coffee bar on the coast in Mississippi. Just kind of similar to their logo, I suppose. I was looking at their logo and drew that, right? This girl is really cool. I started out with a Sharpie and just kind of did a thing on it just to get something on the paper, and then I drew her here, and then I blocked it out. Really cool. It's highlighters here. This is cool stuff. This is whenever I was working at the Tech South. I was working at a tech industry or a tech company, and would draw every day for lunch. Like on my lunch break, I would draw something. So this is one day of drawing, this is another day of drawing, and this is a third day of drawing. This is like just 3 different drawings making a whole panel, which is cool. This is the start of Anime Tober. Anime Tober is a twist on Inktober. It's just something different than Inktober. I did something different because I've done Inktober the last 2 years, and I wanted to do it again, but not in the same way. I wanted to do it a little different. And so I did a little different. So I just followed a prompt that was given. And this is actually what fills the rest of the sketchbook is the Anime Tober. So strap in for that. Also, keep in mind, this, like, Itadori Yuji, I didn't know his character, I didn't know anything about him at all, until I drew this guy. And then that raised awareness to like, oh, maybe I should pay attention to his show. And so I started to watch his show. I'm like 3 episodes in. So it's actually been cool because it's raising awareness for what I should watch. But day 2 is Kaneki-kun. Kaneki-kun. Day 3 is Itachi. Itachi's one of my favorite characters of all time for obvious reasons. So I gave him a whole spread. Day 4 is Rimuru Tempest from what show? I don't know. Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan, yes. And I tried to make it a point to like draw a hand, at least one hand in every single one of these, because I just realized how bad I am at hands. So I'm like, all right, we're going to learn how to draw hands. So we did that. But slowly but surely, I just kind of tucked the hands back. And this one is actually a panel where some kids were actually playing tic-tac-toe on my sketchbook. So I just covered it in ink, and then I just drew it with the little white pencil, the white pen, just to kind of do something. So, yeah, just to get it out of the way. I was actually sitting at a concert watching a friend of mine perform, and it was really cool. It was a really cool experience, and I sat here and doodled. And this is kind of like the cool thing I came up with. It was super nice. And I couldn't help myself here because I wanted to preserve the rest of the sketchbook specifically for Anime Tober, but I just couldn't help myself. I wanted to doodle. So here was some more, obviously, 4 more characters. Shina, Toge Inomaki, I'm going to butcher these names. Miku no Kano, something. And again, I don't know of any of these characters. I don't know. So I just kind of lumped them all together in one page and gave them basic inking, right? So Dabi, obviously, he gets his own sketch, his own page, because he's Dabi. Makima from whatever show. Satoru Gojo from this one. I don't remember what it's called. Forgive me. I'm supposed to be a nerd, right? Mikey from whatever show. I don't know. Don't remember. Sakurajima and Hori. Again, just characters I don't know anything about. Power is another one. This is actually I just lumped that in. Here's like preliminary sketch for a project I have coming up. But it's in the works, yeah. Deku, day 19. It's a new form. I don't know anything about the new form, so I should probably get back into it. Show. Kabane Kusaka something. Don't know what show he's from. I'm so sorry. Reki from Skate. Again, don't know this character. Don't care. I liked his hair, though. Oto Oi? Something. Don't know the character, but here we go. And it was at this point, actually, I started to really simplify the drawing. Just like, let's just do the inking and just move on. And some of them I applied. I gave exception to. Inosuke. And I actually gave him a Peppa Pig head instead of his regular one. I thought that was hilarious. But if you look, it's like under the undersketch is his proper mask. But I just went ahead and boop, put this silly thing on his face. Oh my god. It was so much fun. You got Obito doing a similar pose as Itachi, yeah? Very similar. Very similar. Okay. Miruko and Sukuna. And I decided to color this one. I actually colored it this morning. And yeah, the hands are just goofy, man. I goofed them hands up bad. So I'm trying, man. Trying with the hands. Everything else seems to be down pat, but the hands, man. Gene Mori. Again with those hands, dude. Bon, yeah. Naked. And actually all 3 of these characters just kind of like in reference to this guy. It's like they're all reacting, in my opinion, they're reacting to Bon being naked. It's kind of funny. So you got Jin Woo, Moe, somebody, her, and then her. So, and that is it. Another one filled, another one to go. How's it going? Can I sit here? Thanks. So, how long you been here? Because literally, the last time I was here, you were not here at all. Quiet type, huh? That's okay. I like to sit in silence myself. It's good. This is good. What's your name, anyway?